oh, I'm not going to follow God. I don't want to follow Jesus Christ. I got to lose my car. I got to lose that nice job I have. I have to lose maybe this relationship that I'm in. You got to be willing to lose a lot just to follow Jesus Christ and God. And if God came and told you today to come follow him, but you have to lose everything, you're not going to follow him. So that's why he doesn't tell you that all the time, because you'd be like, oh, I'm not going to follow God. I don't want to follow Jesus Christ. I got to lose my car. I got to lose that nice job I have. I have to lose maybe this relationship that I'm in with the person I love. You ain't going to want to do that. That's why he don't come to you all the time like that. This is for the strong. So if you're going to follow God and Jesus Christ, you got to be willing to be strong up here. You got to be willing to leave this world behind. And a lot of us can't do that. And that's the journey that I'm telling you guys that's hard. I mean, the other day I just lost a lot, but I understand, my younger self, my more worldly self would have been pissed off. I would have been knocking over the table. I would have been beating the wall. I would have been pissed off at these people because, I took a big loss. But I started understanding, move with wisdom. God gives you wisdom. He lets us know that we're going to have to lose a lot. And that's something that, helped me stay focused. I mean, it broke my heart. I was saddened because the people I had no trust in kind of disappointed me. But like God says, don't put your trust in men. They'll disappoint you every time. Put your trust in the Lord. So I want to tell you guys, man, if you're not willing to lose a lot, then you can't be willing to follow Jesus Christ. And that's something that we all have to understand out here in this world. What are you willing to lose to reach that salvation with God and Jesus Christ? What are you willing to lose? What are you willing to sacrifice? Because a lot of people say, oh, I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe God and this and that. But are you following him? That's the thing. There's a difference between believing and actually following after righteousness and Jesus Christ. Because when you follow after Jesus Christ, that's when the real battle starts. That's when you're going to lose a lot of things of this world. And you got to be okay with that. A little bit of my testimony, I had, me and my girlfriend had, seven cars. My wisdom now is like, what are two people doing with 7 cars? I had to lose those cars. I invested into real estate. I invested into gold. I invested into all this. And you have to realize, got to give that up. There's a parable about the rich young ruler. He didn't want to give up his possessions just to follow God. See, he didn't want to give up his possessions when Jesus Christ came to him. So that's like a lot of you guys, even me included. I didn't want to give up half these things that I accomplished in this world to follow Jesus Christ, because we don't know what that has to offer, because we can't see. It's just the faith and the trust and the belief that we have to have that he's going to be there for us. And I know this is going to hit somebody, because if I'm going through it, you're going through it too. And we just have to stay strong and ride on this course and just have faith that God's going to push through for us, and he's going to show us these miracles. And that comes with our faith. That comes with putting the work, meaning you're going to take one step into faith and he's going to take 2 steps towards you. See, that's what happens. But you got to be okay with losing things in this world. You have to be okay with that. I wasn't okay with that for the longest. It was so hard to try to let go of these things because I worked so hard. A lot of us work so hard just to gain these possessions in this world. You went to school for 4, 5, 6 years just to get that degree, and you got to let it go. You got to let that career job that you worked so hard, let it go. You got to, that dream house that you got to let that go. That car that you worked hard and saved up all this money for, you got to let that go. See, that's so hard for a lot of us to let these things go. But we have to trust and believe that God has something better for us. More money, more riches, more knowledge, a more peace of life. And that's the hardest thing for a lot of us to do. But just know that I took a loss yesterday and it didn't feel pleasant, but the wisdom that God gave me said, hey, I need you to trust into me. Whatever got taken, what got lost, I will replace it as long as you keep your faith inside me. I will help you restore everything, maybe 10 times better than what it is. So never try to attack your enemies because maybe they stole something from you, or maybe this didn't go right. Like it says, bless our enemies who curse us. So God lets us know that. So we just still have to stand on those principles and just have that faith that God's going to push through. And I know this is going to hit somebody. because this is what was going on with me yesterday. I was kind of sad, I was disappointed, but that's part of the journey with following Jesus Christ, is you're going to lose a lot of things. So don't be afraid to lose anything in this world, because God is going to restore it 10 times extra in your life. Peace and blessing.